If I had to sum up Julius Peppers in one word, freak.
He's not just an athlete, he's a freak athlete, and he's probably the best athlete I've ever been around.
The speed, the quickness, I mean, at his size was just, yeah, there's no other word, just he was a freak athlete.
When it comes to pure athletic freakishness, a combination of size, speed, agility, and football IQ, few, if any, match Julius Peppers.
Listen, let me tell you something. You either gonna give me my respect or I'm gonna take it. So how you want it? How you want it? How you want it?
Standing at 6'7" and weighing 295 pounds during his playing days, Peppers moved like a wide receiver, hit like a linebacker, and terrorized quarterbacks like a heat-seeking missile.
He's hit. Oh, the ball is loose and Julius Peppers had it. So long, Peppers.
But his journey to becoming one of the most dominant defensive ends in NFL history wasn't conventional. It started on the basketball courts in North Carolina.
I come from humble beginnings, very small town, not a lot of people there, but it was a loving place.
Julius Peppers was born in Wilson, North Carolina in 1980, but he grew up in a place called Bailey. Population, just over 500. It's the kind of place where everybody knows everybody. And everyone definitely knew Julius Peppers. Only because by the time he was in high school at Southern Nash, he wasn't just another student. He was a 6'5" teenager who ran a 4.5 40-yard dash.
You know, you go in the cafeteria and his head's a foot above everybody when he's sitting at the table.
Here's the thing though, Julius Peppers, he wasn't a football guy at all at first. He was a hooper.
There was absolutely no doubt he liked basketball better than football. Wasn't even close.
You know, you grow up in this state and it's not they don't gravitate towards football. They gravitate generally towards basketball. So as a young boy, I could imagine Julius playing pickup, you know, and imagining that he's James Worthy or Vince Carter, Michael Jordan.
His first year at Southern Nash, Peppers didn't even go out for football. His sole intent was to play basketball and hopefully earn a scholarship offer to his favorite school, North Carolina. However, noticing his size and athleticism, the head coach of Southern Nash football, Coach Ray Davis, would ask him had he ever thought about playing the sport.
I said, have you ever given any thought to playing football?
I was like, nah, not really. You know, I play basketball, man.
And I said, you know, I think it'd be in your best interest if you decided to play football. I said, I tell you, Julius, I think if you were to take up football right now and do what your coaches tell you to do, stay in good physical shape, that one day you'll be in the Hall of Fame of National Football League.
I asked him, like, look, what you gonna have me playing if I come out to try out for the team?
I told him that he could play whichever position he wanted to play.
Jokingly, I was like, well, I want to be the running back.
And I said, well, that's great, and you will.
So, running back it was. But not only running back, he would be a two-way player and play defense as well. That's where he would really start to shine.
Having a big running back is nothing new at Southern Nash. In the early 90s, Big Abe Jones powered the Firebird offense. Now the ball goes to an even bigger Julius Peppers.
I'm bigger and I got more power, I guess. And I can run over people.
There's more. Peppers will play every down on defense for the Firebirds. He can hit, and he dreams of catching a pass to help his team win the championship. Bob Holliday, WRAL TV5 Sports.
As a legit multi-sport athlete, Peppers lettered in basketball and was voted all-conference as a power forward for 4 consecutive years. In 1998, Southern Nash won the state championship in track for the first time in school's history because of Julius Peppers. And in football, he finished his career with 3,501 rushing yards, 46 touchdowns, and one of the most dangerous defensive linemen in the state. He would be named to the Parade Magazine High School All-America team in football as an all-purpose talent and was named Male Athlete of the Year by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. With all that, Peppers' recruitment became national for both basketball and football.
It was nothing for me to have 5 or 6 coaches sitting in the hallway in my office from colleges around this country, and I'm talking about Stanford, Pitt.
He had offers from Florida State, Florida, Miami, Nebraska, Penn State, USC, and a host of other national powers. But for Julius, he had his heart already set on one school, and one school alone.
I knew his first love was Carolina basketball. There ain't no question about that.
It's well known that he's always wanted to be a UNC basketball player.
We were invited to the Carolina football camp. We're going to go meet with Coach Brown. We're talking back and forth, and finally Coach Brown told him I wanted to make him an offer. And Julius kind of hung his head. I said, Julius, You got anything you want to ask Coach Brown? He said, yes, sir. Can I play basketball too?
When Peppers enrolled at the University of North Carolina, he joined both basketball and football teams.
And the guy Hayward, that big 7-foot senior, the center they had, Julius Peppers, took that 7-foot center in the middle, and he jammed on him twice, over backwards. Backwards now. They ain't never seen it before.
Got it back, showing you that speed.
Julius was a basketball player who happened to play football.
You know, he had charisma, he had a personality on the court. There's a chance that if he only played basketball, he would be an NBA player.
On the hardwood, he played for the Tar Heels alongside future NBA players, and he didn't just ride the bench. He was legit.
Peppers gives it up nice. He has such great instincts for basketball.
He was even a part of the team that reached the Final Four in 2000. But while he contributed in hoops with NBA talent potential, it was clear his destiny lay on the football field.
But he always knew he was playing basketball for fun. He was playing football for his future.
Peppers began to fully lean into football at UNC, where he played defensive end with a level of dominance that bordered on unfair.
Swing pass and a dangerous pass and picked off by Peppers. Julius Peppers in the end zone.
In 2000, he recorded 15 sacks and was named a first-team All-American.
You was always in awe of what he was doing, you know, because it was unique. It was something we hadn't seen.
In 2001, he earned the Chuck Bednarik Award as the nation's best defensive player, among many others. What made Peppers so dominant wasn't just his physical gifts, though. It was his football IQ, his motor, and his ability to read plays before they developed. Quarterbacks felt his presence long before he made contact. Offensive linemen, they dreaded seeing number 49 lined up across from him.
When I worked at Oklahoma for Coach Switzer, he said sometimes there's a 3-play guy, you watch him 3 plays and you know he's good enough. Sometimes there's a 5-play guy. Julius was a 1-play guy.
After his final season at Carolina, Peppers would become a highly regarded prospect coming into the 2002 NFL Draft, earning comparisons to Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor for his ability to dominate a football game.
Well, what was fascinating about Julius is when we went to Chapel Hill for his pro day, you know, he was 6'6", 6'5", I don't remember exactly, but he weighed 295, but he still looked thin. And 295 is a big man. You can see his competitiveness, you can see the mental toughness, but when he got right down to it, Julius was an easy pick for us.
Carolina Panthers select Julius Peppers, defensive end from North Carolina.
It's great for me. It's a great opportunity, you know, to stay home, stay close by my people, you know. So I'm looking forward to it, you know. I'm kind of excited about being in Charlotte.
The Carolina Panthers would select Peppers with the 2nd overall pick, and it didn't take long for him to justify that selection.
Some people questioned whether he was deserving of the 2nd pick in the draft, but I think he proved otherwise.
In Peppers' 2nd career NFL game against the Detroit Lions, he would grab 3 sacks and a forced fumble for the Panthers.
Peppers putting the exclamation point on a tremendous first half for both himself and the entire Carolina Panthers defense.
Peppers had 5 tackles, including 1 for a loss and a deflected pass for a 31-7 victory. And unfortunately for the rest of the NFL, he was just getting started.
The blitz, they get off a screen, and it turns out to be an interception by Julius Peppers.
In his rookie year, Peppers helped the Panthers boast the only defensive unit since the NFL merger in 1970 to improve from last in the league in total defense to 2nd in one season. He recorded 29 solo tackles, 7 assisted tackles, 12 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 1 interception, and 5 passes defended, all in just 12 games. Again, as a rookie.
There isn't a man on this field that's going to catch Julius Peppers.
He was named the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year.
We are watching the blossoming of a superstar in the National Football League.
The league had seen dominant defensive ends before. That's nothing new, but nothing like this.
Peppers rips down Bledsoe.
Peppers was blowing past tackles with ease, batting down passes with massive wingspan, and even dropping into coverage when needed.
Plummer keeps it, throws it, it's juggled and intercepted. And who is it with the football? That's Julius Peppers, all the way down the sideline.
He was a defensive coordinator's dream.
And we had 50 sacks from our defensive front that year, and we didn't really blitz a whole lot. They took a lot of pride. They used to call them the Carolina six-pack.
A part of that pact, he helped lead them to Super Bowl 38 that season, where they narrowly lost to the New England Patriots.
41 yards. Looks good.
Over his first 8 years with the Panthers, he developed into one of the most feared pass rushers in the game, becoming a cornerstone for the Panthers defense.
Sometimes guys don't have to be real vocal and speak all the time to have leadership, and he was definitely a leader.
Let's go, boy. All right, have a good one. Yep.
My leadership style was more of example setting, watch what I'm doing, and see how to do it.
After the 2009 season, the Panthers and Peppers could not agree on a new deal after Julius played the previous season on a franchise tag. It was reported that he'd wanted a 4-year, $60 million deal, and Carolina was offering a 4-year, $54 million deal. $6 million difference.
I haven't really had time to think about it, to be quite honest. Been focusing on the season. The next couple of days, I have, a little more information about what I want to do and what I will do. Hopefully this will be the last time I have to answer these kind of things, Hopefully it'll be resolved one way or the other.
Ultimately, he will become an unrestricted free agent and signed to the Chicago Bears for a 6-year deal worth $91.5 million with $42 million guaranteed in the first 3 years. There, he continued to dominate, earning multiple Pro Bowl selections and helped bolster an already formidable defense.
3rd down and 3. Vick under pressure from Peppers, loses the football. You can't let him come scot-free because he will kick your quarterback.
In his first year as a Bear, he helped them make the playoffs for the first time since the 2006 season and helped the Bears secure a victory over the Seattle Seahawks in the divisional round by a score of 35-24.
Bears have won the NFC divisional playoff game, 35-24 over the Seattle Seahawks. And it sets up a colossal Bears-Packers round 3 at Soldier Field.
Peppers and the Bears came within 1 game of reaching the Super Bowl, but ultimately lost to the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game 21-14.
And the Green Bay Packers on the road against their rival, a team they've played for 90 years. The Green Bay Packers beat their rival and off to the Super Bowl they go.
Then came his stint with the Green Bay Packers from 2014 to 2016.
Former Bear Julius Peppers has switched sides in the NFC North. The 8-time Pro Bowler has signed a 3-year contract with the Packers worth a maximum of $30 million.
Despite being in his mid-30s, Peppers showed little sign of slowing down.
He's picked off by Julius Peppers, who's high-stepping it home to the end zone for the touchdown.
He adapted his game, relied on his technique and instincts, and continues to rack up sacks and pressures.
My sadness in playing with him comes from not giving him a chance to win a ring because of all the players who've played in the NFL, there's not many that deserve a ring like Julius Peppers.
Despite having successful stints in Chicago and Green Bay, Peppers on the backside of his career decided to go ahead and finish it where he started.
There is a ton of excitement going on, as there should be. These guys are only 2 seasons removed from a Super Bowl appearance, and recently the team got even better. While the draft focused on the Panthers offense, the offseason moves were all about the Panthers defense. Carolina picked up several veteran defenders this year, including former Tar Heel Julius Peppers.
By the end of his 17-year career, Julius Peppers had racked up 159.5 sacks, ranking 4th in NFL history at the time of his retirement. He also recorded 11 interceptions, 52 forced fumbles, and 21 fumble recoveries. He remains the only player in NFL history with at least 150 sacks and 10 interceptions. In 2024, Julius Peppers was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on his first ballot. It was a no-brainer.
And Panther Nation, you can travel the world, but there's no place like home. So thank you for having my back since the day I was drafted and always showing me love.
Julius Peppers joins an elite group of players in the Hall of Fame, but even among legends, he stands out. He wasn't just great, he was different. A once-in-a-generation kind of athlete. Even off the field, Peppers made an impact. He was deeply involved in the community, particularly in North Carolina. Whether it was funding scholarships, supporting hurricane relief efforts, or mentoring young athletes, Peppers never forgot where he came from. Julius Peppers was a freak of nature because literally no one with that size should have moved that fast, because no one could dominate both basketball and football at a collegiate level like he did, and because few players even put together a 17-year career with such consistency, impact, and quiet excellence. Julius Peppers didn't just play football. He warped it around his abilities. He redefined what it meant to be a defensive end. And for that, he will always be remembered as one of the most freakishly talented players the NFL has ever seen. And if you ever need a reminder of what freakish talent looks like, just watch the tape.